live from the studios of Real Life Matters with your incredible host, DBoss, as she brings you entertainment, fashion, music, and interviews right here live at Real Life Matters. And here we go. Sit back and relax, cause we good to go. And we about to hit you off with the TV show. And we keeping it live, and we keep it brand new. And now we about to hit you with the interview. Yeah, we keeping it real, and we put it on the platter. What we talking about? Real Life Matters. Certified, never taking a loss. And here's your host, DBoss.
Welcome, everybody, to another great episode of Real Life Matters. And of course, I'm your host, DBoss, and I'm just bringing you the edutainment and the entertainment every day. Because, I interview people from all walks. If you're a company, a brand, an artist, author, whatever you do, I'm interested in what you're doing. So if you always want to be a part of the show, you can just hit me up at dbossnetwork@gmail.com. Or you could just, any of my social medias, you could just inbox me and you could be a part of the show. And I just hope that everybody's been doing their laughing tips, their 10 or 15 minutes or more, because that's really been helping people a lot. And, it releases stress and endorphins. It keeps you young looking. It keeps you, healthy. It keeps your abs going. But, don't stop going to the gym just because of that. If you have a little bit more abs than other people, then you're going to have to, just continue on to the gym. Because sometimes I tell people, and they said, "Oh, I'm going to stop gym." No, if you know that you not need to stop gym, you got to be real here. Go to the gym, and then it releases. It's free. It's good for your the whole family, and it doesn't matter what age you are, you can do it. And if you don't have anybody that you can do that with, call somebody that it's going to make you laugh. Watch something. There's so many things you could watch, so there's no excuse why you can't do that every day, because you'll feel better, and trust me. But today I'm going to find out. We have somebody here, and he's going to tell us exactly where he's at. And he's an author, and he's a host of his own show, and he's Beyond the Mic, the hard facts of the entertainment industry. He's going to tell us about that. I can't wait to dive into that and find out, what he's talking about that. But, he doesn't have to talk out the book, people. So anyways, with no further ado, we're going to get right into it with Sherard Sharpe. Just one moment, people. Sorry. How are you?
How are you, young lady?
I'm good. I like the background.
No, thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. Okay, so here at Real Life Matters, we like to know what's people's background and where they come from.
Very good. Well, I appreciate it, young lady, and I'm being on your show. Well, I'm Sherard. I started my career as a fashion model way back in 1997. And I modeled all over the world and, met great people and, did a lot of things in the industry. And I'll talk a bit more about it. And then, in 2010, I started my own television show. From my experiences in 2010 in Chicago, and I traveled the world doing my television show, literally. And then it landed me in Los Angeles, where I've been doing my show here in Southern California, thank God, for about 13 years. And, I recently wrote another book, and it's called Beyond the Mic, the hard truth about the entertainment industry. And it's my experiences in the industry, as well as teaching people how not to get ripped off, scammed, and the things to avoid, and not selling your soul out to become rich.
Wow. Well, geez, I modeled too. It's a lot different modeling then than now, because now I don't even understand how the people go through the selection process.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Very interesting.
And it's quite different, but you had your experience in it, you came out, and now you're here. So, okay, let's see what we can dive into first. What should we dive into?
Well,
your book, or both things are so interesting. I don't know which one first. So it's okay. You pick it.
Well, how I got started, which led up to the book, I suppose we can start with that because, it started off in 1997. My mom, I remember, you may be too young to remember it, but it was a television show called Vibe, and it was on TV, and it was really nice. It was hosted by Chris Spencer. But that particular episode, Tyson Beckford was on it. And my mom, we were watching it, and she said, "Son, you can do that too. You should definitely be able to get out there and do it." So she inspired me, God rest her soul. And the next day I was at the modeling agency in Chicago called Aria Talent Agency, my brand new white suit on, auditioned to become a model. But, I didn't get selected to be represented by the agency, unfortunately. But, I kept pushing, and eventually I partnered with a modeling agency, and it led to me, my career taking off in the industry, from being the face of brands to doing national commercials, Walgreens, Cheerios, blah, blah, blah. So
no, don't go blah, blah, blah. We want to know. We want to know. You don't brush your breath like that. But we want to know, like, which brands, which clothing brands that you model for.
Very good. Well, okay. Well, the first major thing I did was to be the perm box man for the Luster hair products. On the perm box, the Wave Kings, to be that. And then I was in 1998, and then in '99 we did a Vibe Live commercial. It was a Vibe Live ad in Chicago for everybody that was the face of the brand. So we did that, and that was in Vibe magazine. It was in Slam magazine, Source, and all that. So that was everywhere. We did that in '99. And then in 2002, I became the face of the do-rags and Dream do-rags. So everywhere you see the do-rags.
Familiar.
Yeah, I became the face. Let me see if I can show you something here. But I became the face of the do-rags. And they're still in stores everywhere. As a matter of fact, like this.
You see?
And then, like these. But, so they're all, and that was, 24 years ago, but they're in store. I still get texts at least once a week. People saying, "I just saw you in Iraq," or "I saw you in Egypt." I saw you in so then and then also in 2002 became, did Sherman Shoes, national shoe commercial, as well as modeling for different covers and magazines. Like I did this magazine cover. Let me show you one. Hold on really quick.
You can see, we pulling out from the archives, people.
Yeah, I did this cover of the magazine as well.
Wow.
Yeah, so, it just drove me to write a book about the experiences because, it's a wonderful experience in dealing with, celebrity from being, because at the time in 2002, the do-rags were out, the perm box, the magazine covers, and then the commercials and stuff like that. So I was working a 9-to-5 job. I was a banker at the time, but it was, I was working as a banker, but it's just the fact that I didn't know it was going to take off like it did. So dealing with that kind of celebrity was very interesting. Very interesting.
It was a good looking banker, people. He invest in this now. You see, I'm here.
Thank you. So
wow.
So that
you came a long way though, from being there. Did you do any music videos or anything?
Yeah, I did. As a matter of fact, I did R. Kelly music video, Happy People, and then in 2003, and then I did a couple other music videos, and then I did a lot of films too. Like as a matter of fact, we have a film in the theater now that I'm in called Rufus, that's playing in the theaters as well.
Look, people only came on and said that he did a little bit of modeling. Then it went to then he showed us all these do-rags and the perm box. And then now he's doing a movie that's Rufus, and he has a TV show and he's a banker, the corporate America job.
Yeah, used to, the modeling world took over, so I had to leave the banking world. It was a very interesting thing, giving up 401k and profit sharing. But, I thank God it really took its toll. So I was able to, do the modeling and everything full time.
Wow. Well, so so what would you like to do that you haven't done?
Well, the thing is that now I have my own shoe line, and it's called Ra Ra.
What? Look, this people. Look. He has his own shoe line, but he didn't do much. You hear me? This is what he told me off air.
well, I never really
What
see
kind of shoe line now? Tell us. Come on.
Well, let me show you. Just a bit of it. I designed it. There's a mission behind it. I hope you can see them. See, these are some of the shoes. I designed them for men and women. These are the women's line.
Okay.
They're out of Italy, and it's a whole collection because I designed pumps for the ladies.
Wow.
I designed.
Did they come in big sizes? Because
yes,
everybody doesn't have small feet.
They do. They're custom. I designed it. They'll fit you too, young lady. I designed the purses for the ladies.
Wow.
And then I designed the ones for the men.
Okay.
And then these other ones I designed for the men as well. As a matter of fact, we're doing a big commercial shoot here in LA. But the thing about it, young lady, is that I suffer from a rare form of lupus. So the mission behind the Ra-Ras is that every $1 goes to the fight for the cure for lupus. So we raise money for the fight for the cure. They're designed out of Italy, and I put my heart and soul in them. So right now, that's the thing that's so dear to me, and that's something that I really want the world to know about.
Wow. Okay, so you're currently diagnosed with lupus. So has a lot of funding and stuff came for you for support, or not really? Or
very much so. I appreciate the people out here in Hollywood and across the world to be really supporting it. A lot of celebrities who stop on my show, they've endorsed it, worn the shoes. We're doing fundraisers. I just want to send it out globally because people who know about it, they jump right on it. They're beautiful, beautiful shoes, come out of Italy, but it's so many people that suffer from lupus, and
So tell us some of the symptoms that's for people that don't know what lupus is.
Well, lupus it comes in different forms, but lupus is typically when your body attacks itself. So your body attacks a particular organ. Sometimes it's your skin, it's your organs and things like that. Most versions of lupus, there's no cure. It's an autoimmune illness. But the thing is that mine is one of the rarest ones. It's where my immune system attacks my kidneys, and it's one where my mom passed away from it in 2001, and my brother did in 2010. So the thing is that now they have more information and knowledge about the illness. So you can actually I actually was on chemo in January 2023 all the way to last year. You can treat it with chemo, thank God.
Oh gosh.
Okay. But the thing about it, young lady, is that my mission is to help raise money because a lot of people can't afford, the form of chemo that you use to keep people alive, and that's something that I'm very dear for, helping people in other countries all over the world who have died for this, or who just have to deal with it the best way they can because they can't afford, the kind of treatments for it.
Okay. Well, I mean, and that's important for you. Thank you for sharing that. And you're having, the shoes, and so people from in over here in Canada and stuff and the Caribbean can donate and get stuff from you too.
Oh, yes, absolutely, absolutely. They can donate. They can purchase. They can donate at the Sherard Show. My Cash App is at the Sherard Show, or they can always Zelle it to me. I can provide my email address as well. And if they want to purchase a pair like yourself, just tell me your size, and it's custom to your foot, and they look absolutely spectacular. They're glossy, and I'm proud of everyone I've designed.
Wow. Well, I have a big foot, so well, I'm tall. So, some people, I take about a 12, 11, 12, it's a 12 here because, sometimes the sizing, I don't know what happens. But in American size 12, it fits perfect. So the 11.
That's fine. We have a shoe for you, young lady.
That's a problem. People with big feet can't get no shoes, So, but now we can. So, we have to just know where to find it. And
Very
obviously
good.
you can find it with Sherard.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Whoa, boy, there's a lot behind the cover. People, I didn't know he did all this. I didn't know he was a do-rag man, the firm person. He and in the movie. So tell, did you write the movie or you're in the movie?
No, no, I'm just one of the actors in this particular
Okay,
film. It actually has Rick Ross in it. He's the narrator, and then I'm one of
okay,
the actors in it. In terms of that, I do have a film that we're doing that's coming out soon, but in terms of Rufus, no, I'm one of the actors.
okay. Well, that's good. So, is there anything else that you're good that you're doing that
Well, the
you
thing
care
about
to
it,
disclose?
as I mentioned, young lady, it's just the fact I'm always inspired by different things, and we're going on a book tour soon for the book, and I just my thing is it's not about money, money, money. It's about helping other people,
Right,
because I look at the industry and I see people who feel they have to sell themselves out to make it big in this industry, and I believe there's another way and a better way. There's a statistic that says 30,000 people a month move out to Los Angeles to become a star from all over the world, 30,000 people a month. But then
a month.
1 month, and then about the same amount gets sent back home or become homeless because they don't have the right plan, A or B. They just want to do things that I feel if you can't sleep at night with yourself, don't do it. Don't do it.
Mm.
And that's what I
No,
talk
but a
about.
lot of people want to be an actor, and there's how many people are going to get selected for that? There's a lot of people that want to be a professional sports person, but you have to have a backup or a couple of backups because if you don't make it, what's going to happen?
That is correct. That's why so many songs written about, people coming out to California trying to make it, Midnight Train to Georgia, and it didn't work out. It never rains in Southern California. So, people, that's what I want to just help people with, especially when it comes to ladies. When you get a lot of ladies, they get told so many different things, and, they get on the casting couch, and before you know it, they're doing something that they never planned to do when they left their small town in Iowa.
Right. Yeah, but there's a lot of people that don't understand like like the stuff behind the modeling. Like it's a lot of I came out of it after a while because couldn't take it. It was just too much, like the jealousy, the envy, people want to fight you. And it's like, what do you fight me for a lipstick? Like you know, or because the designer said I was supposed to wear a dress and you didn't get picked. It's like that's nothing to do with me. That's taken up with the people. So people don't know those parts of it that's behind the scenes. All they're seeing is you coming out, walking or modeling whatever you're supposed to, but they don't know the hardship behind it.
Very true. Very true.
You got to wear shoes that not fitting your properly and your foot's hurting you, but you gotta smile.
Most people don't know that in a fashion show, behind that curtain is absolute pandemonium.
It
It's
is.
absolutely everybody's racing to get into their outfit. People trying to find this, putting makeup on this. It is absolute pandemonium back there in that dressing room.
Trying to find your shoe that's supposed to go with that outfit, and somebody went and hit it
Correct. That is correct. That is correct.
because they didn't want you to show the outfit right. Like those things that happen behind the scenes is just, people don't understand. And you could take it and it doesn't matter what race. It's all comes down to the same thing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Very true. Very
And if
true.
you're doing a hair show, sometimes the person that's combing your hair out doesn't understand it. That's your own hair, and you stop pulling it too hard, and you can't really get up and want to slap the guy and say, "Listen, I can feel, I can feel it."
Very true. That's so true. It's a industry that has to be in your
Yeah.
blood. It has to be in your
Yes.
blood to want to do it, and be very passionate about it. But a lot of times people just approach it in a different way or the wrong way. And like I said, that's what I want in my book, to be able to teach and help people to avoid those things.
So, do you hold some classes or something, or no workshops?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I travel around the world teaching models how to model, actors how to sing, and singers, actors how to act, and singers how to sing. I'm a
Okay.
consultant, so I represent clients because one thing I do as a consultant is a lot of clients. I teach people the business, of it.
Okay.
A lot of people like it's a different. I used to own my own modeling agency, but now I work more as a consultant to and educate people about the business because a lot of people think, wow, I just got this gig to get $1,000,000. I can blow all this money because another check's going to come. No. So I teach them the financial aspects of it too, how to stretch it out until your next gig, because, this is an industry where it's no guarantees.
Yeah. And then they spend the money all on one night. And everybody, though, they're sending rounds of drinks and everything at the club, and then they're down to zero. And then they didn't think about, oh my God, I had to pay my rent. I had to pay.
That is correct. That's absolutely correct.
And it's true. And people do that. And they just, just to say what. And those people are not going to be in there or say, okay, you know what, I'm going to help you.
No, they'll be there just as long as drinks on me. They're enjoying it. But when the money run out, there go they.
They're gone. They're gone.
That is correct.
You turn around and do, can I get $100? No, they're gone. You know what I mean? You can't even see them.
Right. So, that's what I like to teach in my book. And I'm covering as many places that would have me to be able to teach them that and talk about it in my book.
Okay. So your book is, where can you get your book at? Where can you get that?
Anywhere fine books are sold. You can get it at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million. You can get it directly from me if you want an autographed copy. If you want to get an autographed copy, you can always email me at thesherarshow@gmail.com, thesherarshow@gmail.com, and I can get you an autographed copy as well.
And how much is the book going for about?
The book is $25, $24.95.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. And they get an autograph. If you want to get it, you got to get directly from people. Do you understand? If you get it from him, you're going to get an autographed copy.
That is correct.
Don't, just get the other one.
Mm-hmm. And I want to be able to, like I say, share my story and help somebody. If you're not doing things that you do to help people, then what are you doing it for? So that's what I like to do, even with my television show as well.
Okay, so what's your television show about, and when does it come on? And
my television show is the Sherard Show, where I interview Hollywood's biggest stars and celebrities in the realm of fashion, entertainment, and music. I like to give these stars their support, their flowers while they're with us. So the Lord has blessed me to have the biggest names. You name them, they've probably been on the show, from Temptations to Frida Payne to Jay Leno to Joe Montega to Tim Witherspoon to Michael Swick, all these different people. But the main thing is I like to be able to hear their stories and give them a platform, especially the ones that are kind of forgotten or that, from yesteryear. But I like to give them, their flowers. It comes on multiple networks, iHeartRadio. It streams on there, as well as Pure Essence Television Network and Airy TV. Just check your local listings. You can check out the show as well.
All right. Because some things are local over there, but we can't see it over here in Canada. So, I'll share the wealth. We share the wealth. You could either or. They call me here the Oprah of the North. So
that's awesome. I would love to be able to do a book signing there in Toronto. That's a great place where you are.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if we can get that something like that happening, because you got good people, and you get something over here. We could see, because a lot of people, there's a lot of shows, movies, a lot of things happen here in Toronto. And, even though a lot of things going on all over the world, but things are still moving in Toronto. A lot of people, a lot of people in America, they shoot the films here and they say it's in LA. I said, no, because I know where that post is. They may think it's in LA, but it's not. Maybe they're showing a part that I said, no, that's in Toronto. How do you know that? Because I live there.
Very good. Very good.
They hide. But a lot of shows have been shot here. So that's it. So would you like to give out any shout outs to any people, Sherard?
Well, I'll give a shout out to my wife, my daughter, for all your wonderful support, for all my best friend, Mr. Frank Bam, and Jimmy James Day, and my dad and my cousin, all those who purchased the book, and who sent wonderful pictures of them reading it. And then also my fans, my wonderful fans who show up for the Sherard Show and really, support it as well. And then DBoss, I thank you so much for having me on your platform. It's wonderful, what you're doing. And like I said, grab a copy of the book. You won't regret it. It's a very easy read, and it just may help you not only in the industry, but in life in general.
Yes. And you heard it all from the horse's mouth, which is a good horse. So, you guys have to go, and the shoes and the support and all the things. And, if you guys didn't get to hear what he all said and what he's done, then you have to go back and watch it again from the beginning. So I'm not going to tell you any tips like that. You're going to have to go back. But, it's been a pleasure, Sherard, Sharpe, for you coming and telling us your journey. And the journey continues on and on. And, I welcome you to come back if you're going to be doing something else new, or something else comes out, or something else that you're doing, because you're doing so much, maybe after the movie gets out.
We'd love to. We'd love to. Be an honor, DBoss. Be an absolute honor.
Okay. Well, everybody, I do want to thank everybody for tuning in today. Oh, come on now with the do-rag. You guys go buy that do-rag now, because now, the person is not, it was a model, but you've seen the person I'm talking to, him that did it. Okay. So, and your luster, and the perm, what is it? The S curl or something like that? Or was
girl.
it? Yes, you see?
Bingo.
See?
Hit it right here.
Even the person on the box. So if you want your picture and stuff, you can go there, order the book, go follow him, and stuff. What's your do you have any social medias?
Yes. Thanks for asking. It's the Sherard Show. Everything is the Sherard Show. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, the Sherard Show.
All right, people, do and comment and like. He will read it. He wants to hear the comments. If you get the book, tell him about what parts you liked. It doesn't take that long today. You don't even have to type. You can just do a recording, and it'll go and it'll type it. Just make sure you check it. It says the right things. That's all. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Good night, and bye for now.
All right, join us next time at Real Life Matters with your host DBoss, as she bring you some more entertainment, fashion, music, and interviews right here on Real Life Matters. We got to go. Okay, that's it. We got to go. And we just hit you off with a TV show. And we kept it hot, and we kept it brand new. And we just hit you off with an interview. And we kept it real, and we put it on the platter. Talking about that real life matters. Certified, never taking a loss. And that was your host, DBoss.